Once upon a time in Balu village, there lived a poor and cheerful girl named ADAEGO. She was known for her kindness and infectious laughter that echoed through the narrow paths of her village. ADAEGO's family struggled to make ends meet, but she always found joy in the simplest things. One day as she was fetching water from the river stream, a grand procession passed through, led by the queen herself. The queen, mesmerized by ADAEGO's radiant spirit, decided to inquire about the charming girl. Learning of ADAEGO's humble background, the queen was moved and decided to invite her to the palace. ADAEGO, wide-eyed and hesitant, entered in the grand palace, where she met Chikudi, the queen's son. Chikudi, captivated by ADAEGO's innocence and warmth, felt an immediate connection. As ADAEGO and Chikudi spent time together, their bond deepened, despite the stark differences in their social status. The palace walls couldn't shield them from judgmental whispers of the courtiers who disapproved of their blossoming love. ADAEGO faced challenges adjusting to the royal lifestyle. Like Chikudi struggled to balance his duty to the kingdom and his love for ADAEGO. The couple's love endured, and they faced each challenge hand in hand. ADAEGO's resilience and kindness won over the palace staff, and slowly the courtiers began to see the genuine love shared between ADAEGO and Chikudi. However, not everyone was pleased with their union, and the queen herself faced pressure to break them apart. As ADAEGO and Chikudi navigated the complexities of the palace life, they discovered shared dreams and aspirations that bridged the gap between their worlds. Despite the adversities, they found strength in their love, always finding solace in the quiet moments they shared away from the prying eyes of the court. The couple's love became a source of inspiration in the kingdom, challenging the rigid social norms. ADAEGO's humble background and genuine nature began to change perceptions as the queen recognized the power of love and decided to support their union against all odds. And now the two lovebirds held their wedding ceremony done in the palace. So, after ADAEGO and Chikudi's epic love story, things got even more crazy. The queen was all about having a grandchild to keep the royal family going. So, ADAEGO was feeling the pressure. She wanted to make the queen happy and give her and Chikudi a real true cute baby as their royal heir. But then ADAEGO found out that she couldn't have kids. This stressed her for a long time, to an extent that people around the palace could see that she was not all well. She was scared to tell her husband because she did not know how he would react. So, there she was, keeping a major secret, feeling like the world was falling apart. ADAEGO did not want to let Chikudi down, and she was stressing about the queen's expectations. She said to herself, "How can I make everyone happy when I can't give them what they want?" Poor ADAEGO was torn between her love for Chikudi and the pressure she was getting from the royal family. Chikudi noticed ADAEGO acting all weird and distant, and he was super worried. ADAEGO assured him that all was well, it is just that she was trying to cope with family life. Under the weight of the queen's expectations and societal pressure, to produce an heir, ADAEGO found herself succumbing to the demand to fake her pregnancy. Driven by a desire to please her husband and fulfill the queen's hopes for a grandchild, she embarked on an elaborate ruse, feigning her physical manifestations of pregnancy and convincing those around her that she was carrying a royal heir. As the plan unfolded, ADAEGO faced challenges of maintaining the illusion, employing padded garments to simulate the appearance of the growing belly. The burden of this deception weighed heavily on her conscience, yet ADAEGO persisted in her efforts to preserve the fragile harmony within the royal family. When the anticipated day of childbirth arrived, ADAEGO faced a critical juncture in her elaborate scheme. Instead of delivering a child she had purportedly carried, she made an unconventional decision to adopt a newborn. Things turned to be harder than she thought. Because she had not carried the pregnancy herself, she was unable to breastfeed. The baby could cry all the night because of hunger, and she did not know what to do. But later she asked her friend for help. She called a woman from the village who had given birth to her child, and she would come and breastfeed her child without the queen knowing. This whole operation became concealed from Chikodi, who remained blissfully unaware of the intricacies of the plan. ADAEGO navigated the delicate balance between maintaining the facade and nurturing a genuine affection for the adopted infant. The child unknowingly thrust into the heart of the intricate charade, became an unwitting participant in ADAEGO's attempt to reconcile her obligations with the reality of her circumstances. Days went by, and the child was growing into a strong and healthy child. ADAEGO remained resolute in her commitment to shielding her loved ones from the truth. So the adopted child was growing up, and there was an undeniable contrast in skin tone. The kid was notably darker than both ADAEGO and Chikodi. It was like a glaring incongruity, and as time passed, the whispers within the palace walls grew louder. Even the queen, with her keen observant eyes, couldn't ignore the skin difference. As the child matured, the queen's suspicions deepened. The palace became a breeding ground for speculation and gossip as courtiers exchanged puzzled glances. The discrepancy in complexion was an open secret, and the royal atmosphere was charged with anticipation, akin to a suspenseful chapter in a novel. ADAEGO, despite her attempt to maintain the facade of normalcy, found it increasingly challenging to avert the scrutinizing gazes of those around them. The weight of the secret began to strain the fabric of seemingly idyllic family life. In due course, the queen, guided by unrelenting curiosity, confronted ADAEGO. The air was thick with tension as the queen, with regal authority, demanded an explanation for the evident disparity between the child's appearance and the expected royal lineage. Forced to unveil the truth, ADAEGO disclosed the intricate web of deception woven to fulfill the queen's desire for a grandchild. So after the whole royal revelation, things got pretty intense. The queen, feeling betrayed and all, made a tough call. She decided ADAEGO had to go away. ADAEGO, finding herself on the outside of the royal walls, faced a daunting prospect of uncertain future. The queen refused to let ADAEGO take her son with her, and the son remained in the kingdom. After some days, ADAEGO, accompanied by the wise elder, came to demand for their son. But the queen, who was very angry, called them all together and put them in the chambers. The queen made them starve for some days, and after she opened for them and let them go. ADAEGO did not turn back but went back to her village to start a new life.